Well, Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard has a new crisis on her hands. She's being booted out of her home.
Hall says she leased this home to Henyard and her boyfriend in 2021. She says the last payment came in August. She filed eviction papers last month. She says she's now owed $5,000 in back rent plus late fees.
I'm going to be suing everybody tomorrow. This is illegal.
This is illegal in your opinion?
Illegal.
Okay.
They can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
What do you do tonight if you don't get the Democratic Party's nomination?
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight. You will.
Houle stated that she leased this home to Henyard and her boyfriend in 2021. According to her, the last payment was made in August, and she filed eviction papers last month. She claims they now owe her $5,000 in back rent along with late fees.
I'm going to be suing everybody tomorrow. This is illegal.
This is illegal in your opinion?
Illegal.
Okay.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard was caught on camera being evicted from her own home. How did Doton's so-called super mayor go from leading the town to losing everything? This leaked footage reveals just how far she's fallen.
For a household that makes, over $350,000 a year, I'm asking for...
And it's not just the eviction. Her position as Thorne Township supervisor is also gone. Was it her reckless spending, the FBI investigation, or both that ultimately brought her down?
I'm going to be suing everybody tomorrow. This is illegal.
This is illegal in your opinion?
Illegal.
Okay.
From lawsuits to explosive public outbursts, is this the end of Henyard's career, or is there more scandal waiting to be uncovered? Let's dive into it. It all began on September 18th when court documents revealed that Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton and Thorne Township supervisor, and her boyfriend Cal Woods were behind on their rent, $3,350 to be exact. According to their landlord, Janetta Hull, they hadn't paid since August, and now Hull had had enough. I didn't want to go on camera. I'm not the type of person who does things for clickbait, Hull said. But right now, I feel like I'm at my wit's end. I have nowhere else to turn. Hull explained that she once considered Henyard a friend and even helped with Henyard's campaigns. However, their relationship took a turn in 2021 when Hull was preparing to rent out her 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in Dalton to another family. Late one night, Hull received a call from Henyard, who insisted, "I hear you're renting your house," to which Hull replied that she had already found a tenant. Henyard then pressured Hull, saying she wanted the house instead. I'm like, "Excuse me?" Hull recalled, feeling pressured into agreeing to rent the house to Henyard and Woods. At the time, Henyard was earning nearly $300,000 from her roles as mayor and township supervisor, while Woods held a high-paying job at the township. Despite their substantial incomes, Hull claims the couple stopped paying rent on a household with an income of over $350,000 a year. The situation worsened in the summer when Hull had to raise the rent by $200 to cover rising property taxes, bringing the monthly rent to $2,400. However, Henyard and Woods refused to pay the increased amount and then stopped paying altogether, missing rent payments for September and October. Hull also says they changed the locks and the garage door code, preventing her from accessing the property. "If I go over there with the locksmith to change them back, I think she'd probably have me arrested," Hull said. In late September, Hull filed an eviction lawsuit against Henyard and Woods, but Cook County sheriffs have struggled to serve the lawsuit, both at the home and Village Hall. Now Hull is relying on a process server to track them down. "I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place," Hull said. "I haven't worked in several months and I'm afraid I may lose the house." Henyard blocked Hull months ago, but Hull wants to send a message to the embattled mayor. At some point, you have to understand that karma is going to catch up to you. Just pay your rent, she said. Even if Henyard and Woods come up with the money, Hull still wants them out of her house, which is being rented on a month-to-month lease. Adding to the chaos, Hull alleges that Henyard blocked home inspections, and with a court date scheduled for October 22nd, the public is left wondering, how did the self-proclaimed super mayor fall so far?
Good evening. The village of Dalton is more than $3.5 million in the hole. That's the finding of an investigation into how city officials have been spending village.
The timing of this eviction couldn't be worse. Henyard is already under investigation for the misuse of village funds, with former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot leading the charge. Did you know that Dalton's general fund reportedly had a $3.65 million deficit?
We'll be suing everybody tomorrow. This is illegal.
This is illegal in your opinion?
Illegal.
Okay.
If you thought the eviction was bad, wait until you hear what happened at the Thornton Township caucus meeting. Henyard's downward spiral took a dramatic turn at the meeting, where her political career suffered yet another crushing blow. This wasn't just any meeting, it was a high-stakes showdown to decide her future as the township supervisor, a role she had held since 2022. The gymnasium was packed with local residents, political figures, and media, all eager to witness the spectacle. The tension in the air was palpable, and the outcome would mark a significant moment in Henyard's already tumultuous career. As the meeting began, Henyard appeared on edge. Dressed in a bold, hot pink pantsuit, she made a striking entrance, but her confidence quickly shifted to frustration. Her anger erupted when she claimed that supporters loyal to her were being unfairly locked out of the venue. She accused Senator Napoleon Harris of orchestrating a scheme to sabotage her chances, alleging that Harris had deliberately restricted access to those she believed would support her. However, Harris's team quickly pushed back against these allegations. An attorney for Harris explained that the gymnasium had already reached capacity due to early arrivals, and the overflow of attendees simply couldn't be accommodated. They added there was no evidence to support Henyard's claims of intentional voter suppression.
Henyard and her slate of candidates lost that nomination. She's already saying the process was unfair.
It seemed Henyard was grasping at straws, trying to spin the situation in her favor despite the clear reality around her. Inside the gym, emotions ran high. Many residents, tired of Henyard's controversial leadership, were determined to see her removed. The proceedings were chaotic, with loud voices, heated arguments, and a crowd eager to express their opinions. The atmosphere was anything but orderly, and Henyard's attempts to regain control only fueled the tension. Her protest fell on deaf ears as attendees united in their mission to vote her out of the position she had held for nearly 2 years. The result was a decisive, unanimous vote, stripping Henyard of her role as Thornton Township supervisor. The verdict sent shockwaves through the room, but it wasn't a surprise to those who had been following her political troubles closely. Henyard's reaction, however, was anything but composed. Instead of gracefully accepting the outcome, she doubled down on her accusations, claiming the entire process was rigged against her. She declared her intent to pursue legal action against those involved, vowing to challenge what she called an illegal decision. But the humiliation didn't end there. As Henyard was asked to leave the premises, the gymnasium erupted in both cheers and jeers. To add insult to injury, the classic song "Na Na Hey Hey Kiss 'Em Goodbye" began playing over the speakers. The crowd joined in, singing along and turning the moment into a symbolic farewell to a leader they felt had overstayed her welcome. The song's lyrics, "Na Na Hey Hey Goodbye," seemed to perfectly capture the mood of the event. It was a public dismissal, not only from her position, but from any remaining respect or support she might have had in the community. This wasn't just about a lost position. The caucus meeting represented a larger rejection of Henyard's leadership and the controversies that had plagued her tenure. For many residents, her time as supervisor had been marked by questionable financial decisions, public outbursts, and a lack of accountability. Critics argued that she had become a liability, someone who prioritized personal gain over the well-being of the community. The unanimous vote to remove her sent a clear message. The people of Thornton Township were ready to move on. In Terrace Black, Henyard's removal from the township supervisor role didn't automatically strip her of her other positions. She still held the title of mayor in Dalton. However, the events at the caucus meeting raised serious questions about her ability to lead. If she couldn't maintain the trust of her constituents in Thornton Township, how could she continue to govern effectively in Dalton? The fallout from this meeting would undoubtedly ripple through her remaining political career, casting a long shadow over her future prospects. Oh, let's talk about Tiffany Henyard's behavior. From shouting matches to filing lawsuits, her reactions have been nothing short of dramatic. Just before the caucus meeting, she confidently declared that she couldn't be beaten. But moments after being ousted, she threatened to sue everyone involved, calling the process illegal. This isn't the first time Tiffany Henyard has lashed out. Remember the October board meeting when she showed up late and was booed by outraged residents? Or when she tried to veto decisions made in her absence? These public outbursts have only reinforced her reputation as America's worst mayor. But it's not just the Superior's removal from office. Henyard's financial decisions have plunged Dalton into chaos. The Illinois State Comptroller cut off funding to the town after Henyard failed to provide required financial reports. In one instance, she spent $85,000 on a party while the town sank deeper into debt. Her misuse of funds hasn't gone unnoticed, and village trustees are now taking steps to address the $2.8 million deficit. But the question remains, will these measures be enough to undo the damage caused by Henyard's extravagant spending? Social media has been relentless. On platforms like Twitter, users have dubbed her a disgrace, sharing clips of her meltdowns and questionable decisions. One user wrote, "Chaos erupted in suburban Chicago when Tiffany Henyard, the most corrupt mayor in America, who got busted for stealing tax funds to go on lavish vacations, got voted out of one of her positions. She threw a fit while residents roared in cheers. She's now claiming the election was stolen from her." Henyard, who is both the current township supervisor and mayor of Dalton, is doing both jobs to maximize her earnings and corruption. It's wild that she still had supporters after everything that's been exposed. Even her allies are struggling to defend her. Keith Price, a supporter, called the caucus meeting a fraud and accused organizers of voter suppression. But with mounting evidence against her, it's hard to see how she can recover from this PR disaster. So, what's next for Tiffany Henyard? With multiple lawsuits, investigations, and public backlash, her political future seems bleak. Residents like Deborah Jordan have expressed relief at her removal, saying it represents much-needed change. But Henyard insists she's not going down without a fight. Will the FBI's findings lead to criminal charges? How will her eviction impact her credibility moving forward? One thing is certain. Tiffany Henyard's time in the spotlight is far from over. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye!